So amazing how these celebrity numbers just repeat over and over again, and we're going to go through a number of them today. So let's just dive in and get started and see what we can find out. Okay, Dolly Parton was born on January 19, 1946, a date leaving 346 days left in the year. You'll see right here on the handy dandy date calculator here, 346 days left in the year if you're following my cursor. Okay. Now, let's talk about another celebrity for a second here. Alyson Stoner. You've probably heard of her if you've ever watched Phineas and Ferb. Phineas and Ferb has the little girl that says, "What you doing?" Yeah, I don't fault her. That's the greatest show ever to have existed, Phineas and Ferb. Well, this is her. So this is the actress that plays Isabella. And let's look at where she was born. She was born in Toledo, Ohio, 118. And in Jewish, and mark down the 118, we're going to need that. And 44, we'll get to that in a second. But look at that, 346. Where did we just see that? The days left in the year of Dolly Parton's birthday. Huh. Well, isn't that interesting? You see, celebrities are appointed, and this is a word everybody in the gematria community needs to pay attention to because I've seen it come up a lot lately. Appointed 143 right here. Okay, 143 and 44. And what are they appointed for? They are appointed for their time to die. 143. Celebrities from the time they are born knowing their time. Well, they may or may not know it, but somebody who's handling them knows their time to die from the very beginning. It's all a planned, executed ritual. Masonic, you will see, equals 43. And you'll see that killing equals 43. And you'll see that execution equals 44. Now it's for this reason that Donald Trump in this commercial could say this phrase.
Something you were born to do.
Something you were born to do. Here he was knowing already what was going to happen. There he is standing by the 9/11 pillars, you know. So pay attention to that, folks. That's important. How did he know that? Because, well, his life had been planned out for a very long time. I'll show you another video at the end where you'll see another example of that. Now, the multiplication numerology for both Dolly Parton's and Alyson Stoner's birthdays are the same. Look down here at the bottom where the numbers are simply multiplied out. It's ironic, though, isn't it? 1944 and 216, even though they're so far apart in age. Alyson's birthday numerology contains both the 112 right here, where the cursor is, from the Sandy Crook, and yeah, I say that for a reason, fame, and the 223 from the number for skulls and bones. So what do we know about her? Alyson is likely just another victim of MK Ultra Project Monarch, just like Dolly Parton with all the alliteration to butterflies and red shoes. Monarch, by the way, is 117 right here, just like Ohio, which is where she's from, 117. That's not a coincidence. She's an Ohio originating monarch, monarch slave. Now, in fact, she mentioned that on one post that on April 4 of 2010, 4/4, the killing number that we already talked about, Masonic killing, was the release of her debut single, Flying Forward. Flying Forward, by the way, has the numerology of one, or not numerology, but the gematria of 158. 158 is interesting because Freemasonry is 158, showing that she has a Masonic connection. And the word forward, of course, being the communist overtones that were present all throughout Obama's campaigns. And by the way, I'm not picking on Obama more than the other guys because they're all in the same camp. If there's anything you learn with gematria is that they're all the same. But flying forward also had 77, like Alyson Stoner, 177. See, 77s. So, did you know that the predictive programming about these celebrity deaths has been going on a long, long time? In fact, Ayn Rand, who was born February 2nd or 2/2, keep in mind that the first day of Tisha B'Av, the big event, the big 9/11 event that we're talking about, that on this, because of the Jewish calendar, is actually on August 10. That's the 222nd day of the year, and Ayn Rand was born on February 2nd or 2/2. Well, she wrote the book Atlas Shrugged in 1957, where she asked the question, who is John Galt? And who is John Galt equals 188. Who is John Galt? And here it is in Jewish, 188. You just dropped the unimportant number. It's just another reference to the Tisha B'Av event coming up. So, like Tisha B'Av being on 8, 10, and 11, 2 days on our calendar, 1 day on the Jewish calendar, like the time and place of Alyson Stoner's birth. Ayn Rand also equals 112, the same as Alyson's birth numerology. Remember us talking about that a minute ago? If not, you can always go back, pause, and rewind. And you'll remember that 112 and 911 are alternative emergency dialing numbers. Just like you call 911, you can also call 112. 112, thus, is interchangeable with 911. A 112 event is the same as a 911 event, so the Sandy Crook, I say that for a reason, and 91101 are giving you the same message. Also, this is true with celebrity predictive programming, death predictions, etc. Alyson Stoner's date numerology has a 112, just like Dolly Parton was born on January 19, which is 9/11 backwards, on a day leaving 346 days in a year, the same as the birthplace of Alyson Toledo, which is 346. The numbers just get recycled and reused over and over. The singer Cher, who is only 4 months and 1 day younger than Dolly Parton, Cher was born May 20, 1946. Cher is known as the goddess of pop, which is 141, like 4 months and a day from Dolly Parton. So, from her birthday, let's go ahead and punch in her birthday, which is, let's see, let's do May 20, 1946. Oh. May 20, 1946 to January 21, the day we're watching, for all these executions, day January 21, for all these Masonic killings. And what do we have? We have 26,544 days. In my other videos about Dolly Parton and about Ruth Bader Ginsburg, I've told you that I'm watching this day for possible deaths. This equals 72 years, 8 months, and a day, as you see right there in the middle. For this reason, should Dolly Parton die on this day, it would make an interesting Tisha B'Av prediction. But I don't know that she'll die on that day. However, it's interesting to note that Dolly's brother Floyd died on December 6, 12/6, and from this day to Dolly Parton's birthday gives us 44 days. Now that's a true execution. This is only 2 days earlier than the 121 event we're looking for Dolly as well, and that should probably be noted. Floyd was clearly an execution. Should she die on 1/21/19 at 73 years old, Trump will also be 73 before the Tisha B'Av event on August 11, 2019. It would be very interesting indeed if either Cher or Dolly got the axe on 1/21/19. Dolly will be at the Grand Ole Opry on October 12, 2019. Drop the 0 out of that and you again have the infamous 1/12. Now, it's interesting also here that Dolly Week, let's program that in here. Dolly Week, what's that sum to? 1/12. And 1/21 or 10/12 is just a switching around of these numbers. Dolly Week also sums to 41, like gone. So it's possible that she will never make it to Dolly Week. The date numerologies for Dolly's appearance at Grand Ole Opry in 1/21/19 are a match. So let's put in 10, 12, 10/12 of 2019 when Dolly Week starts. Okay, and 1/21. You'll notice that almost all the numbers here are the same, except for this one right here. So, however, 1/21/19 contains the 44 in the 344 days left in the year. And that's not present in the 10/12/19 date numerology over here. Remember, the 43 in the date numerologies could mean appointed and time to die. However, the 44 means Masonic and killing. Either date, however, could potentially refer to the other one. So if 1/21/19 rolls around with no Dolly Parton death, I'll be watching 10/12/19 with hawk eyes. Again, 10/12/121 is just like 1/12 in the infamous Sandy Crook incident. Yes, and I say that for a reason. Now, let's watch another predictive programming all the way back from the 1950s. Let's play a short little section of it.
What about the meteors and the comet and all whatnot? You might not like it, Mr. Gilman, but he's right. There could be a meteor rain tonight. The Leonids are due.
Ah, the Leonids, huh? Wow, now you have to watch this video, okay? The Leonids, if you punch it in online, you will see that that is a meteor shower that's predicted on 11/18 of this year, November 18. So go watch this whole video. It's about a guy named Trump who talks about a wall. There's a run on the banks, and Trump ends up dead in the end. But the disaster is supposed to start based on the Leonid meteor shower, which is nothing more than 8/11 backwards. So here the numbers are just being used over and over. This has been going on for a long time. It involves a whole lot of celebrities, just a few I picked out there, but you can find a whole bunch. If you ever see somebody born somewhere or on a date that equals either 1/12, 8/11, 1/19, 9/11, or reverse of that, pay attention because their numbers are all being used in some sort of ritual, most likely. Most celebrities are, and that's why a whole lot of them die at 73. To leave you with this one final thought, August 12, the day after Tisha B'Av, is the 143rd day of the year, which you might remember, time to die was 143. So whatever event happens on August 10 and 11, somebody's going to get killed. I don't know if this is so big it's going to be World War III big. I don't know if the president's going to get attacked or the White House. There's definitely some coding that kind of goes around that would make a lot of sense for some of these things to happen. Could that be the day the president dies? I think he will, to be honest with you, based on that movie and some other predictive programming events. But time to die, 143rd day of the year is August 12. Again, thanks for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe.